Welcome to Kubifaktorium. Kubifaktorium is all the best from the game Anno mixed with some Minecraft, especially the ticket mods. It has some settlers into it as well. A really great early access game that you can get for a little bit of money on Steam. And so far I've been having so much fun in the game already. So I figured it was about time that we did a playthrough. I want to play the campaign through with you guys and try to learn some more of the mechanics of this game because I haven't played it all this much already. I'm just really enjoying it. So I still have a lot to learn and I want to learn that together with you guys. But we are going to start a new campaign here, so let's do that. And as soon as we click here, we will actually meet a total of 5 different starting conditions, so to say, that we can select. And this kind of varies on how many settlers or how many colonists, let's call them colonists, that we get and how much item like stuff we get with that. We can pick a little less colonists and then a lot of animals, so we can pick something in between. We can pick full colonists, or we can get some resources with it as well. I think I want to start somewhere in between where we get some animals and we get a little bit of food and we also get a nice amount of colonists with us. We can always craft the tools later. That is not a very hard task. We will cover that once we get into it, but it's not the worst. So let's pick a good mix in between. I want to start on should we do a big map? Then we have some room to do additional episodes of content on this. So let's do that and click start. And here is our world map. As you can see, there are actually plenty of different islands here. And you will also notice that there are different biomes on each of these islands. It will get increasingly harder the further we get away from our starting island, and the more that you start invading these, we colonize these new lands right here. It will get harder and harder the further away we get, but I am actually not sure just how hard all of these biomes over here are. But we are going to focus on the first island that we started on right here for now, Vernhild Island, with 2 castaways wanting to join our colony. We have some stranded goods, flat terrain, basic resources, no enemy camps, and it's grassland. As you can see, no enemy camps. There will be some fighting in this as well, so we can build warriors and take over enemy colonies, and we can farm more advanced resources later on. But for now, let's go to Vernhild Island here. This island is rich in wood and stone, but it lacks mineral ores. We don't need anything else but wood and stone here for our beginning, so it's okay for now. Once you get further onto it, we can actually link our different islands with ships and zeppelins and stuff like that, so we can expand and have colonies on all of these islands at once. I think I'm not 100% sure about that fact yet, but we're going to see once we actually get to it. But here's our starting colony. We can zoom out and get a good overlook of the entire island here, as much as we have explored, and you will see that there is a bit of island here that is actually revealed, even though this is not our colony. But this is a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colonists who are interested in joining us. The way that we get to them is simply by expanding our territory, and when we expand it all the way to them, then we will be able to colonize together with them and they will want to join our colony. But here we are. Let's pause the game for now because we will have a few things that we want to set up before we truly get started in here. The very first thing that I want to do is go into construction, which is our building menu. As you can see, we have a few different ones down here. Track construction, road construction, conveyor belt construction, farm, grove, pasture, stockpile, and here we can harvest and here we can demolish. So basically the construct is where we have all of the different buildings that we can make, and as you can see, there are actually quite a lot already, which is super nice. We have some robot, metal, tool workshops. There's a lot of different ones here, and we will get into all of them later on, but for now we want to start out very basic. So we have our basic workplace, which is something that we want to get set up here first of all. In order to build that, we need some resources. All of these resources are loaded onto a boat. You always get a starting selection of items that you will have loaded onto your boat when you start a game. Now, besides our basic workplace here, we also want to set up just a few different things here. Let's see, where do we get that logistics? We want to set up a bonfire because basically bonfires are what you use to expand your territory. So if I place a bonfire right here, as soon as that thing is built, we will have all of this area here available to us as well. And then next up, we want to see if we can find the well in here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So well under food and water makes quite a lot of sense. See, we can slap that over here. Nice little spot for there. A lot of the time you will actually find that the ground can be blocked by different things. You can see if I select this thing right here, we have a lot of red patches here which are blocking our building area. Most of it is red because we haven't claimed that area with our bonfires yet. But we might have some weed here, for example, that is blocking our path. So we can go ahead and assign that to be cleared by our workers. I'm going to cancel that for now because we have a lot of building stuff to do already. And we want to get those tasks done first before we do anything else. If you want to customize the tasks in the colony, you can actually go in here and you can select sort of what each of these people are working on. And I want to see if we can just assign one person to do farm work at the moment, which is basically just farm all of your crops. You don't need a lot of people to do it because once you planted your crops on your farms, which we will build in just a second, then they will need some time to grow before they will actually be harvestable. So we don't really need that at the moment. We also only want one person to work on our well, because he's going to basically get water whenever our colonists needs water, because food and water are quite essential for our colonists. And as you can see, this guy is 74 out of 100 and this guy is 77 out of 100 on food and drink. So they will need that. And also we have some housing, some sleep and some socializing. So there's a lot of things here, but we're going to get through them. Let's just set up our basic colony here and then we will be good to go. We want to create a bunch of stockpile areas here because we need these stockpile areas to store all of our things. On this thing here, let's go for some wood on this one and then make another stockpile. There we go. And let's see, out with that one. And on this one, we want to place some rock. So this one takes wood, this one takes rock, and then we placed down that one by accident. And then we want to create a bunch of stockpiles as well for our specialized stuff or more specialized stuff. Since we have our basic workbench over here, I'm going to create a stockpile over here which we will place wooden boards, and we will also create another one. Whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's just take down this entire one here. So bam, 3x2. Let's go for some wooden bolts and another stockpile here, 3x2. And in that one, we will go for that stone block, because those will be the first resources that we will be crafting on our basic workplace here. As you can see right here, wooden board and stone block. These will be the two that we will be working on at first. And then finally, all we need is just let's see, what can we do here? I want to see if we can will that be possible at all? There we go. A 2x4 just until we need more for water, and then we want a big stockpile here as well for our food. Let's go 4x3. I think 4x3 will be just fine. And we will have food on this. What will we grow on it? That is the question. Let's just select all of the food for now. That should be fine. Some strawberries, some cake. Yes, let's just go for all of it. We want to be using all of it, but we will have to see what we will actually be farming on our farmland. So let's start it here. We need the bonfire built, but in order to do that, we need to unload all of this. So we will just spam click this. There is probably some genius. Yes, if you hold down the Alt key, then it will select all of them with just one click. That is very useful. So as you can see, our settlers are now emptying all of this, and so is our pigs. Let's speed up time here and just get all of it out so that we can start building all of this as well. And as you can see, our settlers immediately go to work. If you don't really give them any jobs, then they will actually just go to wherever they are needed. As you can see again here, our colony manager, so to say, is right here. And for the basic workplace, we also just need one person. And since we have one person on our well right now, we're going to assign this person to the basic workplace. There we go. So now that person, slowly everyone will get to work, but as you can see, all of them are now saying housing. We don't have any housing for them. That is absolutely true, but they will want that. So the next thing that we want to go ahead and do is create some farmland here. And for the farmland, where do we want to place that? I kind of want to get this to just look a tiny bit nice and tidy. So can we in any way put the farm somewhere where it will look good? We want it to be close to the food storage here, so I'm not really liking that. I wonder if we can... There we go. Let's put a farm right there for now. That would be fine. And let's see. You can grow different things here, and you can actually grow these based on if you want something that grows slowly but yields a bigger outcome. On these, it doesn't matter all this much. Strawberries, tomatoes, we're going to go for strawberries for now. These will grow at daytime as well as in nighttime. And there we go. We have our water set up. We have our farm set up. We have all that they need in order to just basically thrive and survive. And now we need to also just provide some housing for them, because they will need houses in order to not freeze at night or whatever they do. They actually just needed to have a place to go to sleep, because if they cannot go to sleep anywhere, then they will take longer for them to sleep, as far as I have understood as of right now. We don't have a lot of room to build our houses, so I want to just go ahead and say mine and harvest and see if we can get rid of some of these trees here around the lake. Because I think it would look good if we place most of these building around this lake right here. Can we get the tree? It's not even in our area, that's why. So if we clear out these stockpiles and tell them to mine all of this and tell them to go to work once again, then they will slowly start to clear out all of these rocks and all of these trees and put it all down. You might notice now that once we said that we wanted to build, did we build a nice house by accident? I think we did. Let's get rid of that. We want just a basic house. We don't want a nice house. But there we go. A basic house, not a nice house, because for the nice house we will need better tools, and we don't have that accessible to us as of right now. But for this we need wooden boards, and we don't have any wooden boards right now because we don't have any assigned stockpile. Yeah, I completely forgot that. That's my bad. But we need to actually assign a stockpile that can store these items. So if we assign these as output, and then for input we can actually also assign that. So if we select a stockpile here, select this, and then we right click on our basic work spot, then that will be able to deliver to this. And now you can see input and output. You can assign this just if you want. For us right now, it's kind of obvious where things go, but some might need you to actually assign where you want the stuff to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that just to be safe. There we go. All right, so let's speed up time once again, and now you can see people can actually get to work, and there we go. The stone blocks will be made. I think people will actually want to sleep very soon. So hopefully we might just see if we can farm some of this as well, because I think they will need some food very soon. And I don't know if we actually have to bake this wheat into bread before we can do anything with it, or if they can just eat wheat. Do we have anything that we can farm here food-wise? They seem rather hungry, all of them. Yep, this guy is very hungry. So let's just hope that these strawberries will grow quickly. Let's see, he's watering right now. Strawberries almost ready, hopefully. Imagine if the entire colony just died on us here before we even got started. That would be a complete tragedy. But I'm hoping that they can go on for just a little bit, just a little bit. We have what we need for the house right now. It looks like wooden board for construction. We might need 2 of each, but things are working out just fine here. At the moment, he is trying to put both onto each of these, which is not very good. So there we go. Let's just divide these up. Very nice indeed. And this is only taking wood. This is only taking stone. So this is looking good. And I think we have some strawberries farming. Yes, we do. So there we go. Food finally coming in. Maybe, just maybe, we will be able to survive. He's also watering down those strawberries very nicely. All right. How are we doing here? Our animals kind of also want just a bit of housing here, but we cannot give them to that as of right now. We still need these guys to go. But there we go. The first house has been built. This area has been cleared, so we can actually go ahead and just grab another house here. Where do we want to put that? Oh my god, I built a nice house again, didn't I? No, basic house. Good stuff, good stuff. So the right one this time. All right, and we still have strawberries being harvested, and people are grabbing food. I'm thinking that maybe, just maybe for now, we want to assign just one more person to go do some farming, and maybe this guy to go do some farming. That would be great, just so that we can get some more food distributed here at the beginning. I think we're gonna need that so that they don't starve. Every time you see our land here sort of flicker, that is because we have people who reach higher levels. Down here you can actually see the level of all of your colonists, what they are good at. So if you are building something for the future, you can check if you have a colonist that is good at doing a specific task, because if he is, then why not assign him to do so? For example, this guy is level 3 bakery. So if we want a bakery at one point, we can assign him to go there, and he will be able to do that job very well. So keep an eye out for when you level your people up, and when you level them, they will get better at their job. So it's always a nice thing to do. We are running a bit low on wood, so I want to just go ahead and clear out this area of wood. And while we do that, I think it's also time that we start expanding. The quicker we can go up and get these guys, the quicker we can actually start being more effective in our building. So let's get down another bonfire right there and expand our colony out a little bit. We also, when we get further into this game, as you might have noticed by now, there's a lot of different materials that we can use, and there is automated farms, kilns, stone cutter, there's different kind of quarries, groves, sawmills. Grove is if you need trees. As you can see here, we have these light spots when we select the grove. Then this is basically where the trees will be planted. So if we put a line of a grove down here, then we will have trees growing there, and there. And that will sort of help you just create the most effective areas for your groves in case you need that, which is always a nice thing to know. I kind of want this house built so that everyone has housing. They also want to socialize. That's another thing that we actually talked about. They really want to socialize. And the way that we can have them socialize is if we go into the misc, not the misc, but into the decoration. And in here in the decoration, we have something like the table, which is, let's see what it says. When exhausted, settlers will sit on tables to relax and socialize. And we can also do that with beach chairs and likewise stuff. So let's see, we want to get down this right here. Now we cannot fill this out here right now, but I know if we select, let's see, where is that thingy? Can we fill that out somewhere? Bam, bam, bam. Here it is. So if you go into our construction and then we go to misc and then we take our foundation grass, that will help us build grass patches on sand so that we have more room to build on. There we go. So now that we have this new room here, we can go back into, there we go, and grab our table and place down one of these tables so that they have a set place to sit, rest, and socialize whenever they need to do so. This will help our colonists not go crazy, I suppose, and kill each other, which would be a horrible shame if they did. We don't want that to happen. Now, another bonfire here. Let's get that down. Wait. There we go. Bonfire. Got to select the right thing. And we want to keep stretching out the area up until here so that we can get these colonists into our colony. And again, there are so many things here that we will get into once we get out or move further into this build. But for now, this is all we need. I want to see if we can construct a barn soon, because we need this barn in order to have our animals, give them a place to rest as well. And I'm actually assuming that a barn somewhere around here would look quite nice. So let's get that down as a build as well and see if we can get all of this made. So another of our bonfires here just built, and I think we need just one more in order to actually get all of these people over here. So let's see if we can do that. Another bonfire. Yep. Literally one block away. So let's get another one down and then just a final one. You might have also noticed that we have a lot of animals walking around here, and I think if we build another bonfire over here, then we can expand over here and see if we can create a pasture. The pasture is also an item that you can build and assign some land to, and once we assign that land to the area, then we will be able to take these wild animals. As you can see, it says animal not tamed. We can actually put these into a pasture, and then a cow, for example, will yield milk every 120 seconds, whereas a sheep will yield wool. So those will be additional new resources that we will need. And in order to make some room for those, we might want to store those here so that we get those in the middle of everything so that they're not too far away from anything. And let's just speed up time here because we don't want to sit here and look at them just farming. We want to get stuff done. Frank, our farmer, has reached level 3. Good job, Frank. Keep going. He is actually producing quite a lot of nice food, and at the moment we have 15 strawberries in here. So our food stock is filling up nicely. We don't have to worry too much about running out of food right now, but we might need to up our food productions as soon as we recruit all of these new slaves into our colonists into our colony. And here's a chest that holds different things, so you can actually find random treasures all around the world here. As of right now, there is no ultimate goal into this game. There is no goal other than the creative mind of yours sets. So if you have any specific tasks that you want to work towards, then that will be your goal in this game. It is still an early access game, as I said in the beginning, so it's a game that will be developed even further, and it is receiving a lot of patches, like so many patches. And also what I really personally like, and what I really like in these games in general, when you have all these indie sim kind of games, building sort of style game, you know what I mean? It's always nice to see that the developers support modding, and it is no exception with the with this game Kubifaktorium, because you can actually already at this point get quite a lot of different mods for the game, which I find very cool. So we might do another let's play with this game where we also try to slap in some mods to it, but we will see as we get further. We are missing some rocks right now for our construction of the bonfires, so let's mine out the rocks that we can see here closest to our colony. I think we can grab that as well. No, we can't even. Oh, and we also have a huge rock pile here, so let's just get that mined too. Getting a bit low on wood as well. I actually would really like to, I would like to have some wood. I want to get another bonfire here. Can we get a bonfire down there? That would be great, because then we can get this area, and then I'm thinking that we can have a little wood orchard grove growing right here. Actually, right about there. That would be great. I think that will give us some constant supply of wood that we won't run out of anytime soon, because your settlers will always... Oh, we got these guys. Nice. They are now a part of our colony. So let's see, where do we want to expand to now? We actually already have this area. My god, that is a lot. That is a lot of crates. Well, that's beautiful. I'm guessing that we are getting a bit of a helping hand here at the beginning, nevertheless. So about that pasture that we were talking about, I want to create a nice big pasture over here. Maybe something like this, like that. Ah, what is better? What is better? What we could do here, I think we're actually going to go ahead and do that. So grab our foundation here, fill that in right there. Grab our pasture once again, and plop that down here. Okay, so apparently that foundation did absolutely no good for the pasture whatsoever. But now we have the pasture, so we just have to grab some animals. What do we want this pasture to have? A nice food supply would be cows, but I feel like our food supply is doing pretty well already. So if you go for sheep, and now we need a stockpile that will accept wool. So let's grab another stockpile right here and see. That's a big area for a stockpile, I feel like. But is it all right though? Is it all right though? I think it actually is. We could also maybe put it down here. So let's go back into the foundation here, claim some more land. There we go. Could this rock get removed, please? Or are we completely full? We are actually quite full at the moment. Can we construct something that takes rock? A pyre for your colonists to walk on. Well, that wouldn't hurt anyone, would it? You know what? Let's fill this area out with some rocks. Let's see, just absolutely drain our inventory here of rocks to create a pyre. And there we go. They can now walk there. So that is great. Do you have anything else that takes rock? Ooh, a house. Some housing. We could probably use more housing. So let's just get a couple houses down here. I mean, I think this is actually... That is cool. That is very cool looking. So now we need some more wooden boards. Oh, and we are running out of wood now. No product selected. Let's select a product here. So let's see. We will have pine trees growing, because those will grow every 150 seconds, and they will yield 1 wooden log. On the other hand, we can also select oak trees. Will yield 2 wooden logs at a time, but also takes 400 seconds to grow. So for now, we're going to grow pine trees, as they are the easiest. So all the rock has now been moved. Our little pyre there now looks more awkward than ever, but it's perfectly fine. What we want to do now is just simply create a stockpile over here for all of the wool that we will be gathering. And I think we can actually fill in nicely like this. Will that override that little bit? I don't know, but we're going to take a chance here. Let's see. Yep, it will. Exactly, it will. So output to there. Nice. It will now take wool whenever these animals needs to be shedded. There we go. Or sheared. What do you say? You shear them, don't you? You shear wool. I don't know. English is not my main language, so don't quote me on it, okay? I think it's time that we start expanding our area here a little bit more and see if we can claim the rest of this island and see what there is actually available, so that we sort of know where we want to move with all of this. But it's definitely a nice little colony that we have got going here. Is there anything else that we can build now that will make sense? We can make a brewery and we can make a bakery. I don't think we want to go with that right now, but one thing I do want to do over here is potentially create a basic tool workshop, because the tool workshop will provide us with a lot of goodies later on, and I feel like it fits nicely into here, and then we can create the storage or the stockpiles right there that we need for it. All right, so new land expanded over here, and we have some wheat growing once again. Let's see, we can claim all of these as well. Should we get that built? Let's do that. Missing wooden part for construction, so we actually need wooden parts as well. This will sort of be the workshop that will take care of wooden boards and stone blocks. So I want to create a second basic workshop that can take care of the rest of the parts here. We can actually create that down here too. Or we could move it up here. What do we want to do? Let's see, take the basic workplace. I think that will fit nicely into there, but we also need the wool to be handled. Maybe it can be up here because it will be more relevant to create it up. All the stuff up here. Let's do that. So the basic workplace right here, which will take care of these things. Stone blanks and wooden handles, because those will also be the ones that we need in order to create our wooden tools. So once again, a stockpile. Let's do a bunch of 2x2s here. Bam, bam, bam. Stockpile. There we go. And that. And that. So this stockpile will go to there and there and there. And this will take handles. This will take blanks. And this thingy right here will take wooden part. Great stuff. Now we want to produce tools right here. And for that, we will need a fourth stockpile. And in this stockpile, we will output all of this. And there we go. So now we just need all of these wooden logs. And in order to get those wooden logs, we might have to harvest these. So let's go ahead and do that. Definitely looking very good. We're running out of stone once again. So let's see if we can harvest these. And harvest these. And harvest these. And see if we can not take down the soil that goes along with it. Because I kind of like to have that there right now. It might be necessary to remove it later on. But for just now, it's okay. Let's see, did our ship come in with anything? Nope. We need, oh yeah, we actually need a ship port for that before we can actually get anything out of it, I think. I'm kind of hoping that here on the first island, there will be an area where we can get a stone quarry at some point. I want to just grab these two, because they have a bit of interesting things in it that we might as well just claim now and start distributing all over the place. Hold up a second, what are you constructing? You're constructing stone blanks. Good. That's not too bad. We have a long distance that they have to go here right now, but it's okay just for now. We don't want to bother too much about it, and it looks like we are still a bit low on resources. So let's harvest these once again. As you can see, these pine trees grow very quickly, so you won't need much room for your wood production. That is for sure. But the colony is definitely coming along very well. Very well here. Let's see. Another bonfire. If we put down a few extra bonfires here just to claim the last of the land here. Do we need this beach for anything? Well, in theory, we don't. So do we want to put down a bonfire? I don't think so. I would like this to be a bit more connected. So let's put down another bonfire there. Great stuff. This is looking very good indeed. Can we put a bonfire there as well? I think we can. Let's go ahead and do that. That will probably take out quite a lot of resources from us once again. So let's claim this. And let's see if we can harvest these three as well. I don't want to eat up all of the rocks here, because if we do that immediately, then we won't have any left over if we need it at some point. And also our stockpile of wool is filling up very quickly. So at one point we might be looking at a textile workplace where we can make some fabric. And maybe that fabric can later on be used for import-export, which, and again, I know there is so many things right now, can be used with the shipping port. And the shipping port allows you to export goods you no longer need and import resources you need. To export something, connect the stockpile to the cargo port. To import something, connect the cargo port to stockpile and set it to accept something that can be imported. So in theory, we could build a harbor down here, or a shipping dock down here, and then our colonists would be able to deliver. Maybe we actually want to do that. Not right now, not right now. We want to just focus on colonizing this entire island, and then we will move on from there. We actually have a bit of snow biome here with a snowman who's enjoying the scenery. And we have presents over here. And the presents are basically equal to the crates that you sold, for example, right there. I want to go ahead and just see. So let's see. Frank has reached basic workplace level 3. I feel like... Wait, Frank, aren't you a farmer? What are you doing, Frank? Oh, you're doing a lot of different stuff here, I see. Well, yeah, you know what? You stay on that right now because I feel like we have an excessive amount of people in here, so you might as well just help each other out. Bonfire. Bonfire down there. Let's see, what is this? A bench. So we actually have a natural bench up there that they can sit at. Maybe. Are we still lacking housing? I feel like we are. I see a lot of tired people, so let's see. We might need a 5th house here somewhere. I could stack these up a bit closer to each other, right? I don't think that looks very nice, so we're gonna do it like this for now. You know what? Let's get 2 houses down. Because why not? Why not? How many people do we have in this colony right now? And we see a total number of them. I don't actually think we can see that, but we have 4 people who doesn't know what they have to do. 16. Yes. 12 out of 12. Or no, that's how many people we have in housing. We could also count it out, but I actually think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we have more than enough. Can we just stop this? Cancel this. Nope. Okay. Demo. There we go. We don't want to build that because we now have 1 excessive house. But there might be more colonists over here. We never know. What we can do to check that, we can always zoom out. If you keep zooming out, then you actually get this full overview of your map right here, where you can see the entire area. See, no product selected. Well, that is very true. But what we're gonna go ahead and do is we want to create all of these stone tools. We won't make swords just yet because we don't really need that, and I don't think we need the shovel just yet either. Let's go for the pickaxe and the hammer. The hammer we need to build better housings later on, so that one is important. Missing wooden lock. Well, we can do something about that. Let's harvest these once again. And I think we are hitting the last bonfire here. Let's see how's he doing with the building. There we go. He's exhausted, so he goes for a sit over there. And that is actually pretty much the entire first island here claimed, I think. We just need a nice colony now so that we can move on to the second island. But I also think that will then be the end of the first episode here of Kubifaktorium. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, do not forget to subscribe so that you can catch all of the episodes coming in this game. There will definitely be more. And also, once again, like I said, I might continue this on the second channel that I made. I might not. I'll link down in the description if I end up going over there. So don't you worry, you will be able to find the link. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.